Welcome to episode 27 of KinFit. I'm Michael.
I'm Tiffany, and on this beautiful sunny day, we are filming at the BMO Dragon Boat Festival taking place in the Sheen Canal.
Woohoo! And there's a lot of bugs flying around.
Well, that's what happens in the summer. But anyhow, let's get on to Fit News. So, what is going on in Fit News this week?
Well, there's the E3 conference in San Francisco. For those who don't know what E3 is, it's basically a big conference for all the gaming companies to get together and show off their new games.
Yes, so what's going on?
Well, Nintendo showed off a new game for the Wii.
Ooh.
It's called Wii Fit. It's kind of like a progression from Wii Sports. It's a little bit more advanced, or it's more of a workout. It's basically a workout-orientated game. So you don't just do like random stuff and shoot things with your arms and stuff. You actually do exercises. And what's interesting about this Wii Fit package is that it comes with a Wii balance board.
Ooh, more toys.
Yeah, it's actually not an actual balance board where you wobble all over the place. It's like a high-tech kind of like design where it has gyroscopes in it and it measures your weight shifting from side to side. So what you see on the screen is like this red line. They call it the Mi. Okay, M-I-I, like the Wii.
Clever.
So there's a line in the middle, and basically you have to try to shift your weight. Well, make sure that the other line that's moving around is in line with the solid line.
Ah, so testing your balance.
Yeah, well, at the E3 conference, that's what they had. They had a demo for on balance. So there's two-legged balance, single-leg balance, and there's also agility test. What you can also do, what they've introduced as at the E3 conference, is that there's other exercises that you can do on it, like your push-ups.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's not just like a balance, but the reason why you use a balance board is because you have to incorporate your core muscles in there, right? So basically you have to make sure that you're well balanced on the screen to make sure you're doing a certain exercise right.
Yeah, so you don't just do your push-ups and stuff. You have to make sure you're winning.
Yeah, so basically you are working out, and you're not just kind of just doing push-ups. You're actually working all your core muscles. Yeah, exactly, all your core muscles as well. A good example is that they also mentioned that some of the programs that's on there is like I think there was a ski jump, and where you're actually standing on a balance board, and because you're leaning forward, you have to make sure that your weight is shifted properly in line as on the screen, so that when you're playing the game, when you land, obviously in ski jumping, when you go off, you want to make sure you're in a perfect position and then you land properly.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so you're leaning and you make sure all your upper body core and everything is like.
Excellent, very good. I love it.
Yep. So don't expect it out anytime soon. I believe they said that earliest in Japan it's going to be this year's holidays. So possibly next year in North America that this will be out.
So we shall wait.
Yeah, we shall wait, but it's got to be a little bit pricey because it's a two package deal kind of thing, because it's the software and the balance board. It's going to be about $49+ US. That's still yet to be determined because it's still kind of like in the early stages of development.
Yeah.
But definitely something to look forward to.
I am. Ooh. Very good.
I just need to get a Wii.
Let's
Wii
hope.
first and then Wii Fit afterwards.
All right. Okay, so you had something else for us?
Yes, my colleague Andrew at Velocity Sports Performance gave me this, all this yelling over there, but anyways, my colleague at Velocity showed me this website.
Yes.
And it's called totalcoaching.com. And it's basically made by a strength coach from Montreal or from Quebec, I believe. And it's almost like those online sites we gave you where you actually join and there's like an online community, but a little bit different. This is kind of like personal training online. It's not free. I believe the basic service is $9 Canadian, which isn't that expensive when you compare it to 1 hour personal training one-on-one. But what's neat about this service is that you get coaches that give you like feedback and like exercises to how to improve your basically your workout. Yeah,
but there's also, what's different is that they also have therapists and nutritionists too, as well.
Yeah, and they also have a psycho-motivator to kind of like go through the psychological part of like health and how they fit and everything like that.
Yeah, so that's a little different.
Yeah, and nice graphics. Okay, everything's in nice charts. I believe the weight training exercises, all the images are in 3D.
Ooh.
So it's easy to kind of like pick out like what you're actually supposed to do and not just read the descriptions and kind of look at like a two-dimensional picture and not really understand how to do the exercise properly. So that was pretty neat. They have pie charts, graphs. They even include journals with a basic service, so that's really good. If you want to kind of like make it more professional, kind of like more personalized, you can actually add on to the basic service like a weight plan service, which is $5 Canadian extra, or a cardio plan service, which is also $5 Canadian extra. So if you add all that together, it's about $20, okay, Canadian, which is really pretty good because you're getting services from advice from therapists, nutritionists, and like strength coaches, where all this combined would probably work up to maybe like over $100 almost.
Yeah, and this is just per month.
Yeah, and this is only per month, exactly. So definitely check it out. I believe it's totalcoaching.com. And give us your feedback, give it a try, and you know,
let us know.
Let us know.
All right, good. So I believe that is it for Fit News this week.
On this week's Fit Tip, we're going to show you a little core exercise that, well, for all you dragon boat paddlers, this might be good off-season training for your season next year. It's basically with a medicine ball, which I don't have, but we'll just imagine it here. Okay, it's called the reverse wood chop. Good core exercise because you're not just stabilizing your upper body and your shoulders and your arms, but you're actually doing a core rotation and you're actually working the legs as well. Now, there's two ways to do this. There's the reverse way, where you actually start in a half squat position. Okay, turn at the hips, keep the medicine ball beside you, arms straight, shoulders locked. So what happens is that you rise with your legs, turn at your hips, keep your shoulders in front, stop in this invisible line, and then come back down. Okay, now that's one way to start, by at the bottom and going to the top. Another way to do this is the reverse, as basically the opposite way, where you start at the top and you go down the exact same way. Now, it's really important to note that your legs are actually not really rotating. They're actually bring your upper body up and down, and it's mostly turning at the hips. So make sure your core is set, contract your abs, make sure your back is straight, and don't actually turn with your arms. Keep your shoulders fixed in front, your head follows the ball all the way through, and it comes back. That way, you know, if you're only looking one way, you tend to do this, which is mostly working your arms and not really your core anymore. So that's something to try out. Also, work both sides of your body. So once you're done one set on this side, do another set on this side to balance things out. So that's it for this week's Fit Tip, and we'll see you next time.
So for today's information, I decided to talk about pre-competition meals, since today is competition day, and what you fuel your body with is really, really important, because it could either be really good or really bad. Okay, so first general rule is, if you're going to have a full meal, you want to try to have it at least 4 hours before competition. This will allow your body to digest it all and give you enough fuel to go through with it and not feel sick, or like, you know, you still have food in your stomach and all that. Okay, so of course you want to have a good mix of carbohydrates, a little bit of protein, and a little bit of fat. You don't want to have too much fiber or anything, just because you don't want to have any bloating or indigestion or anything like that. Okay, so as the time comes closer to competition, your meal should be increasingly smaller and a little bit more liquid, more stuff that's easy to digest, like fruits, juices, easy to digest breads like white breads or bagels and stuff like that. You don't want to have anything really, really heavy, hard to eat. You don't want to have a big steak right before. That will probably not go so well in the boat, okay, at least. So you want to first of all, make sure you have your meal at least about 4 hours before, as time comes closer. Smaller meals, more liquid, like fruits and breads. One important thing is, do not try anything new on the day of your competition. You don't want any nasty surprises. Go with something that you know your body's used to and that you like, that won't give you any problems. Okay, if you want to try something new, try it on a day of practice or something like that, just so you know what's going to happen. All right, and don't forget, on days like this, lots and lots of liquids, okay? You don't want to get dehydrated, all right? So that'll be it for this week's information.
So let's wrap up another episode of KinFit.
Please check back our show notes for all those important things we want you to find out about.
And if you have any ideas, suggestions, or questions you want to give us, just email them to us at info@kinfit.tv.
Big thank you goes once again to Timmy, our cameraman, and Amanda, the production assistant. I feel like paddling. Let's go jump on a boat.
Not me. So remember, don't quit.
Stay fit.
Oh crap, what episode this is? Is this
27.
Oh yeah. I totally forgot what episode. Take 2. I didn't even say it properly. I said what episode this was. like I'm talking like Yoda.